What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and all week long, I'm joined by Daniel Acevedo.
You going,
What's
guys?
going on? Yes, sir. So please continue to tune in throughout the week. So Monday and Tuesday are topics, Wednesday discussion, Thursdays Ask a CISSP. It'll either be a throwback or it'll be a brand new episode with the senior leadership team, C-suite of Black Girls Hack. So I'm doing that one a little bit behind the scenes tomorrow. It'll be with 4 of the members. So I'm not sure how long it'll take to edit and all that good stuff. So you may not see it till the following week. And then you'll still get a really good throwback, right? We have over 610, I want to say, this week episodes. So we got a lot to choose from. And then Friday's everything else: movies, books, games, all that good stuff. But please help us to get to 500 subs. That's what we're trying to get by the end of the month. We're about 85 or so short. So please share us with your friends and loved ones. And then please leave us some feedback and things of that nature. We are now one of the top 10% podcasts in the world, ladies and gentlemen. At least according to the current register. It's like America. It's like when America wins something, like we're the world champions. We're the only ones playing it, just Americans. But I think there's upwards of 3 million podcasts out there, over a billion or so episodes, and we are ranked top 10. Crazy. So definitely continue to leave us feedback and things of that nature, because our percentage is high, but our listener score is low because we only have like 4 or 5 reviews. So hit us up. And then just stick around for all the nerdy news and articles and things of that nature. I always forget to plug the newsletter. So every episode has a corresponding article that you can find on LinkedIn or on Medium, and then I roll all those up into newsletters that you can find in both of those places, called the Weekly Rundown, just like the last episode of the week. And it has all of the stuff to include any stray articles I've written as well. So last week was one on Apple and the new Apple Intelligence, because I was super excited. I decided to sit down and write an article about it. So check that out. We got lots of content. So ask a CISSP, ask a PMP, and the other side of the firewall. So one-stop shop for all your nerdy news and things of that nature. Today's discussion will center around this article. It is from, who's this from? Healthcareinfosecurity.com. So healthcareinfosecurity.com is titled Microsoft, Google offering cyber help to rural hospitals. So we've talked about this on several different occasions, several different episodes. Our situation with hospitals and their current cybersecurity, state or our status is very poor. So, and it's not just the U.S., but the world round, right? So WannaCry hit the U.K. like, I don't even know how many years ago that was. Was it like 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Something like that. It's completely disrupted the National Health Service, the NHS, and then that's starting to be seen here on the rural side in smaller hospitals, or even our what would you call them, like health insurance companies like United Health are all getting slapped in the face by cyber attacks. So there's a new initiative by the Biden administration that both Microsoft and Google are jumping on to help these hospitals have a better security posture. That's the word I was looking for, posture. As well as give them discounts and things of that nature to try to get them up to speed sooner rather than later. But what are your thoughts about this, Daniel?
Yeah, it's kind of nice. We're doing a feel good story for once, right? We don't get to do these a lot. So I think it's awesome, right? Especially these hospitals themselves. I think the article alludes to them that these hospitals are placed rurally, that they're, I forget how many miles away from the next big hospital. So they're critical for the surrounding areas, for people that need to go there for emergency and things of those natures. And that if they get hit by a cyber attack, that it could be life or death, right? Like if there is an EMT taking someone that's critical to these hospitals and they're undergoing a cyber attack at the moment, they can't treat the person. That person might not make it to the next closest hospital, right? And just might die. So kind of shows the criticality and the gravity of the situation, right? Not to make it too grim, but the fact that big organizations like Microsoft and Google jumping on this initiative to kind of give support to these hospitals and these facilities of this nature are amazing, right? So Google said they're trying to run a pilot program off of this program, right? Take 4 or 5 of the hospitals that fall under this classification and kind of sit down with their infrastructure and their building and their IT team and cyber team to see what their specific needs are, and then be able to give them a kind of like a playlist of tools, techniques, and things they can use to really get them up and running. So I think, this is all amazing and great news, and I wish the U.S. government would do this for different types of situations that fall within this kind of chain of thought, right? Whether it be outreach programs for inner city communities to get better cyber and security awareness or better security grooming, elderly people that need to get understanding of these natures as well, use leverage third-party companies like these big companies like Google, Microsoft to kind of maybe educate, facilitate tools or stuff of that nature. But off the top, that's kind of some of my thoughts. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it was about time we had something positive to say in the cybersecurity space, right? Because it has been a
Yeah.
few weeks of just breaches and nonsense and what have you, but that's a daily occurrence. But in this case, so with this initiative, right, so Microsoft will offer like 75% discount on security products to the independent critically access the hospitals and rural emergency hospitals, and then they're also going to offer new licenses to the Microsoft 365 E5 security solutions at no cost for 1 year to these rural hospitals. Um, and I kind of see this as two front, right? Like, yes, it needs to be done, and it's very helpful. Microsoft's doing it. They're obviously going to quote unquote lose a bit to get them up to speed and things of that nature. However, there's a foot in the door, right? I kind of joked about like, yeah, they're going to offer Windows Defender at a discount, but no, like this is an actual quote unquote good security tool to offer them, and it causes them to have to upgrade their systems.
Yeah.
So Microsoft's not offering support on end of life things. Like we always talk about hospitals having like Windows XP running in the background and Vista and things of that nature. It's very hard for them to upgrade their all end of life software, things of that nature. So if you want to get these mega discounts to get this free software and things of that nature and be up to current and up modern standards, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
upgrade your systems to get there first. And maybe there'll be more discounts, things of that nature. Maybe there'll be help from the federal government through way like maybe through CISA and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But regardless, they have to be close to modern in order to receive these things, and it's for Microsoft, it's a boon. As well as Google, because you get them off the end of life stuff. You offer them something for free, just like if you move to a new community, you get cable for free for a year or two,
Yeah.
and then the HOA stops paying it right for you, and now hey, it's time for you to pay for your licenses. But by that time, they'll hopefully have some kind of subsidies or grants or some kind of easement from the federal government set in place, and then they can just roll right into it. And now it's a win-win, right? The hospital's up to speed and
Yeah.
they're more safe and secure, as well as their patients, what have you. And then Microsoft and Google start to gain more traction within these new opportunities, being these rural hospitals where they weren't receiving money to begin with, most likely,
Yeah.
or at least not a lot. So, yeah, it's a foot in the door type situation, but it's a necessary, right? Businesses have to make money, but at the same time, these companies are so large, they can take that upfront small losses in order to gain in the future. Like if these rural hospitals are up to date and up to snuff, then it should encourage more modern and more not sophisticated, right? Because they're all hospitals, but hospitals with more funding that are not struggling in these regards, but they're just slow to adapt a new and better security posture. They'll be eased into that as well because they're like, well, if these clinics can do it, these hospitals can do it, then we can do it as well. So everybody will then, like, what is it, the rising tide floats all ships or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably butchered saying, but
Sounds about right.
you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think yeah, it's a good thing, and then most of these rural hospitals are in areas that our demographic is kind of catered to, right? Like people of color are trying to break into cybersecurity and things of that nature. Um, it's good to see that these trillion-dollar companies are here to help support those communities as well, get them up to speed to eventually, start to peddle their wares in the future. But regardless, I hate to keep saying it, but the situation is dire. So
Yeah.
hopefully they can take advantage of this situation and then again pull forward because taking their patients from a physical standpoint is paramount. But now we're starting to see the leaking of data and things of that nature is also becoming a thing. They're a soft target for
Yeah.
data breaches and things of that nature. So you don't just protect the client's physical well-being, but you want their monetary as well as their privacy and things of that nature. So all of it comes together, and it's good to see this initiative move forward. So again, the Biden administration has been doing some great things, and it's not just the Biden administration. Like this started back with Clinton, and it's been every administration
Mhm.
since has continued to improve the public and private sectors through initiatives through big business. So
Yeah.
they've all had their meetings and their pushes for big business to come in and step in and to build better infrastructure and things of that nature. So now it's we're on the security forefront of those initiatives, and then the next administration, whether it be Biden administration again or Trump administration or a third party, right? Like maybe everybody will vote Green Party. I don't know. None of my business, right? You vote for who you want to vote for, but at the end of the day, this is a thing that's constant throughout all of the administrations because again cybersecurity is national security, so it's good to see. Yeah, but again, I hate to keep saying it, but we'll see what the future holds. Like I'm hoping that this rolls into again bigger and better when it comes to all hospitals, but it's specifically in these very underrepresented, underfunded hospitals as well. So like get them up to speed, and then all of the other hospitals should fall in line, and then from there, uh, you know, we'll stop seeing these humongous breaches and uh, data spillage and things of that nature coming out of the healthcare sector. So
Yeah.
please continue to tune in throughout the week. Again, Monday, Tuesday were our topics. Wednesday discussion. Thursdays, Ask a CISSP. It'll either be a throwback or it'll be a brand new one with the C-suite and senior leaders of Black Girls Hack. And then Fridays, everything else. So movies, books, games, all that good stuff. So continue to tune in, leave feedback, get us up to 500 subs. Greatly appreciate you. Stay safe. Stay secure.